Hello, everybody. Welcome to our Cakefu Master Series. My name is Amelia Carbine, and I'm your host. Today we have a really great guest and a really wonderful guest for coming kind of last second on us. We had another trainer lined up, and something happened. She had some really big, really cool big thing come up that she couldn't pass up. And so we let her out on it and hurried to find someone else. And Cara Bustos is here with us, and she is so wonderful to jump in last minute and demonstrate what she has to share with us. She's very talented, very good at what she does, and we're really excited to have her and hope you guys can learn a lot from her. So welcome, Cara.
Thank you. That was a nice introduction. Thank you.
Well, you deserve it.
Thank you so much.
One thing that is really fun about Cara is that she really is very good at sharing information and, kind of just being out there like on Facebook and stuff, so that, in the social media, she really is all about sharing, which is what we're all about too. So it really kind of matches and works. So
exactly.
We like that.
I love to share. Sharing is caring. That's what I tell my girls.
That's very important. And I think that it really is important, especially in the kind of industry that we have, that we do share the things that we know, because it just helps to build everybody and build the industry. And so I'm really happy that we have so many people that are so willing to share things. And today you're going to talk to us about basically cake, right? About covering a cake, making it just perfect, just as like a clean, perfect slate, right?
When I started cakes, which is not that long ago, like about 3 years, the first thing I wanted to do was just to decorate the cake, but I had no idea how to even tort a cake. I mean, the first time I torted it, I think my cake was like, I don't know, slanted, or it was terrible when you cut the cake. It didn't look very pretty. And there was a lot of, imperfections in sort of my canvas to decorate. And so I just kind of made it my mission to really figure out how to make your cake from pan to ready to decorate, just to be this perfect sort of canvas. And I would see these beautiful sharp-edged cakes, and I was like, how did they do that? And I really made it my mission to find out. I did go and take a class from Richard Feston over at Baking Arts in San Francisco, and he showed me the whole ganache technique, and he had his own technique, and I really liked it. There were some things about it that didn't really work for me, so I kind of figured out some other ways around it, and I got those sharp edges, and he helped me figure out how to work with fondant. I don't know if any of you out there are sort of fondant scared, but I was definitely kind of scared of fondant. It would always tear on me or rip or have that elephant skin, or I just couldn't figure fondant out for the life of me. I got really good at buttercream, so to kind of make up for that. And so ganache cakes really just kind of helped me get a perfect canvas, so that when I go to put the fondant on, it was already perfect to begin with, so the fondant kind of went on much easier. And so I hope that I can share some of what I've kind of figured out on my own, and the techniques that I've learned from so many wonderful people that love to share also.
Yeah.
Well,
that's great. Well, let's talk about you a little bit first before we get into the actual decorating thing. And before we start into that, I want to remind you guys there is a giveaway. There is a little pop-up thing right there. There's a little, actually it's kind of a big button that you can push. It says check it out. Go ahead and click on over there, and you can enter for the giveaway. That's there. So make sure that you enter there. And also the things that we're giving away, there are links to those things in our marketplace that will allow you to purchase the things that are in this giveaway and that Cara will be talking about today. So, all right, back to you, Cara. let's talk about how you actually have kind of a different past from a lot of other people who have gotten to cake decorating. A lot of people, it's I was mom at home, wanted to do something fun, it just kind of happened upon it. You were an actress, is that right?
Yes, that's my first love. My first passion is acting. I've been acting for, oh my gosh, I'll be telling my age, but many, many, many years. I live in Los Angeles, and I came out to Los Angeles a couple years into my college years to pursue my acting, and I did very well for this business. Did lots of guest starring roles on television shows a few years back, and had some really great success. I kind of stumbled into cakes because I had a family, and the acting world is not very friendly to pregnant actresses.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's funny because every time I was about to get that role that would maybe make me a household name, I was pregnant. So
oh, dang it.
I know. I love my babies, but
of course.
They kind of got in the way of me going any further with my acting career, which is totally fine because they're just beautiful little girls, and I love them dearly. So I chose to stay home and raise them. But it got a little, boring. Changing diapers and play dates and everything for them, and I didn't have that sort of outlet that acting was giving me. And I kind of stumbled onto cakes because we needed a cake for my 6-year-old at the time. She was turning 6, and we needed a cake, and we were trying to save some money. And I kind of found myself in a cake decorating store here in Los Angeles, and it was like wall-to-wall cake stuff, and that fondue.
That fondue stuff. Love that.
Yeah, so I bought a bucket of fondue and fondant. I'm just joking, people. And a heart-shaped cake pan and made a cake. And everybody loved it. And everyone was saying, oh my gosh, that's a great cake. Where did you get the cake from? And I said, I made it. And next thing you know, people were saying, well, can you make my daughter's cake? And can you, what about this? Can you make a Barbie doll cake? And next thing you know, I'm making cakes and exploring YouTube. I went to the YouTube University of Cake Decorating.
And like so many of us have, right?
And I just, kind of fell in love with it. Who knew? Everyone in my family is pretty shocked.
That's awesome.
I can do this now, so.
That's great. Well, you have really perfected the, really crisp, smooth cakes. I want to show you guys just a little bit of what it is that you can do with this. I mean, I know that a lot of people do see the things that you can do with it. Oh, that's kind of crazy. Hang on. There we go.
That's a buttercream cake, actually.
Okay, so that's buttercream. So basically, you can do this, the ganaching effect with buttercream as well. I think.
Yes.
Okay.
My tutorial on ganaching cake, I use the exact same method when I buttercream my cakes. There's no difference other than just a few little tweaks of maybe letting your cake freeze or chill in between a few steps to make sure that the acrylics don't slide. But it's a combination of an upside down method with the 2 acrylics. I use upside down because you can get a flat, level surface on the top of your cake quickly. And also, I use the upside down method because I can then take the bottom acrylic off the cake, saving yourself some money and not giving your acrylics away with every cake that you make. Acrylics can be costly if you're going to do it that way. However, I think it's a very amazing investment in your cake arsenal of tools to have. I mean, it is a little bit pricey to begin with, but once you have a set in every size that you might possibly make a cake for, then you have it. And I show you how to remove them and use them for another cake.
That's awesome.
Quick. Once everything takes practice. I tell, I do have some students that come over and we do private lessons, and I tell them, you're not going to learn how to do this in 10 minutes. You're going to have to continue to practice, like everything. Practice does eventually make almost perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So the more you get the hang of it, the more you do it, the faster you become. And I've heard some people say it might take a little bit longer than the usual way. And maybe it will take a little bit longer, but honestly, it's once you get it, it kind of moves like sort of an assembly line.
Mm-hmm.
Fashion, and while one cake is setting, I'm starting on another. While one cake is chilling, I'll remove the acrylics on one. So everything, you have to find your rhythm in cakes. You have to find your method, and then once you have it, I mean, you're just off and running.
Yeah. Okay. So here's a square one.
Oh, square.
That you've done. Square. That is just. Squares are so hard to do.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my
gosh. Talk about wanting to throw a cake against a wall. Do a square. And you can see in the picture that you're showing, I show on one side is sort of the crumb-coated square. You can see how crazy it looks and not very pretty. And using the acrylics just squares it up beautifully and takes away all the imperfections and just makes a beautiful cake canvas, as I like to call it, for you to continue decorating. So I swear by acrylics. They use them.
They really do make a huge difference. They really do. I am a believer.
Have you used the acrylic?
I do, and I love it. I absolutely love it. I honestly think that this is one of the most important parts of cake decorating, and people tend to just skip over it.
Yes.
And to have a really good, clean base to your cakes makes so much of a difference. And you can learn to decorate anything and do any kind of designs, but if you don't have a good base to your cake, it's going to really affect things. And so you definitely want to have a nice clean cake. Oh, and here's one more that I wanted to show that I thought was really cool.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
a topsy-turvy. That's really cool.
Yes, that is a topsy-turvy cake. And what I've done there is I've used 2 different sizes of acrylic. So once I tapered my cake towards the bottom of the cake, you can see it's smaller as it goes down. I used a different size. So if the top is, I think that was a 12.5 at the top, and the bottom was, I believe that was an 11. I went to a size 11. I do have sets of acrylics in whole sizes and half sizes, so I can use whichever size will work for me at the time. So that was 11, and then I did use the upside down method, so it was upside down at one point. That was a little bit heavy to flip, but I do have some suggestions on larger cakes instead of flipping your cakes. But that one I did manage to flip, and it turned out beautifully. And with the ganache and the crisp, it was just a solid foundation, and I wasn't nervous or scared at all with that cake.